Hey everybody, Chief Meteorologist Tom Coombs here at my at-home studio still. We're still moving along, but slowly coming out of the pandemic. Some big news of today, it's May 10th, the recording of this, of some restrictions being lifted and even the Pfizer vaccine being opened up to even a younger population. For me, I got my second shot last week, so I've been vaccinated not just once, but twice, 2 doses, and I'm feeling pretty good. My first dose, I probably had a little headache, but I may have been a little tired or dehydrated that day. Second dose, I definitely massage the site after I get it during that 15 minutes. Got my second dose and good to go. I'm here to talk to you today about why I got vaccinated. And this was my decision, my choice. This is my testimonial. That's what I'm going to talk about because I'm not a doctor. I'm not here to tell you exactly what to do with your body. But I can tell you why I did it, and maybe it'll give you some perspective. I did it because it was more than just protecting myself and thinking, got my shot, now I can go out and do whatever I want. It was to prevent the spread of this and to control this, that we can really have a normalcy and stop talking about COVID as we go forward in a sooner sense, not just for the next decade. Can we get this over with in a year to really get this under control? The more it's out there, the more it spreads back and forth between people over and over and over, the more it can mutate, the more it can change, the more it can evolve, and then make the vaccine less effective for people who did get vaccinated. If you've been hesitant up to this point, fine. It's good. That is okay. That's an okay mindset to not be the first one in line. I'm the same way when it comes to the latest iPhone. I don't buy those anyway, but I'm not one to get the first of something new because usually I'm like, well, let's see how that plays out. Oh, there's some bugs in that, whether it's cars, whether it's some other new gadget technology. I'm rarely the first one to get it. So I understand the sentiment. Well, we've had roughly half the country get vaccinated and it works. And there are very little side effects. Had something with the Pfizer, but that whole process shows you that the safety precautions work. And we've realized that there's a very, very small subset with that if you need to talk to a doctor about that because you may fit that criteria, that's important. But otherwise, it's okay now to get vaccinated. We had a big demand and not enough supply. Now we have huge supply and we need more demand because we're reaching that tipping point where fewer people are just getting vaccinated. And that's not good if we want to really beat this and get this under control. And we can do it. Looking at the CDC map, the level of spread across the country, still a lot of the Midwest in our area is technically in the red category, which is high for transmission. Now, the number of cases has decreased sharply over the last 30 days. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a disease expert, but I am a data scientist. And so this is what I see. Again, highlighting this right here. Number of deaths, it's gone down. It's still a good, again, all this is a really good sign. Number of vaccinations. This is where it really varies, and I think we're going to start to see a real difference across the country as what are the counties, what are the states that are getting vaccinated and what aren't, and we're going to see where there are still prevailing hotspots and where there are areas that have really tamped this down, and that can make a big, big difference. Michigan dashboard, Michigan's at 55%. It's pretty good. It's higher than Indiana. But again, it's not evenly spread. And even in our area, you see a county like Cass County has very low vaccination coverage by population. Berrien County's a little bit better. But you can see there are some spots like Oakland County and Wayne County and around the Detroit area into the Ann Arbor area, very high vaccination rates. And we're probably going to start to see trends here of areas that are doing better and areas that aren't. And the state of Michigan has started to relax some of the restrictions based on data and where they are. Indiana, not quite, a little flicker here, has not had quite the same level of vaccination rate, but has done a pretty good job. But I love this graph here, and you can see this as we go up. This peak date is right around the day that I got my vaccine in early to mid-April. Coincided with opening up pretty much the vaccine registration to people under 40. We all got in line, at least a good chunk of us, and we had a surge. But since then, the trend has really started to fall off. There's been a little uptick, but overall the trend is going down. And this is the concern. We need more people to get vaccinated. And you can see if I do this by per 100,000 residents, which is kind of the percentages, St. Joseph County, pretty good. Into Hamilton County, around the suburbs of Indianapolis, pretty good as far as the percentage of people, or roughly the percentage of people vaccinated. But you see LaGrange County, Elkhart County, Kosciuszko, Stark County can do better. And the more we get vaccinated, the more we all are protected. And we're hoping and thinking that herd immunity might be somewhere around that 70% mark. Maybe. Could be lower than that. But we're not, at least as a state, even at 50% in Indiana. And we can do better. And it'd be very interesting. What's going to happen at 60%? What's going to happen at 70%? I'm interested to see that. We might really be an example for the rest of the world as far as what we can do. And then when we're all vaccinated, we can start vaccinating other countries and really getting them up to par. And then maybe we can really get ahead of this to get the whole world back to normal. One last thing is the coronavirus COVID-19 update from the FDA authorizes Pfizer to vaccinate on emergency use for adolescents. I think this is down to age 12, so 12 to 15 years of age. This is big. Again, if you have kids in that age group, this is going to help the general population, because we were trying to do 70% of the population, and that was excluding people under 16. Now we can try to go down to 12. Now we can protect at least middle school and high school teachers there as well, and just getting more of the population vaccinated, preventing that group spread. That's what we're trying to do. So you think you got vaccinated for yourself? You did. And I still feel like, yeah, I think I could have been okay. I'm pretty healthy. I didn't want to get it. I didn't want to try and test anything. But I got my vaccine because I wanted to help all of you. I want to help this country because I'm trying to limit the spread, limit the variants, so we can just fight what we know now and not fight a variant that might be stronger in the future. I still say we're in this together, and getting vaccinated is part of being in it together, and we can beat this. Stay positive, stay healthy, and let's start to have a little bit of fun this summer, and I hope to see you guys out and about vaccinated.